What's up everyone, welcome to a new video on the channel, welcome to some Horizon 5 again, and in today's video I'm going to be trying out all of the somewhat secret, I guess, car mastery cars that you can unlock. So for the people that don't know, these are 5 cars that you can actually get right now just by owning another car, and then you go into the car mastery and you get it for free, pretty much. Just sort of spend skill points. You know, you just get skill points randomly as you're playing the game, or you can grind for them if you want. I have a video that I've made a few days back where I show you guys pretty much how to, if you want to farm skill points, or if you want to grind for skill points, that's a very good video for you guys to follow. If you don't want to do that and you just want to play the game normally, and you just randomly get your car mastery points, your skill points added up, you can do that as well. But I'll show you guys in today's video all of the cars that you can get so far, and also I'm going to be trying them out. I want to see what they're like. I want to play with them, you know? So in my garage, I have all of them that you can actually get. I'm going to start off with one of them that I already have unlocked, and that's because I didn't really make this video before, you know. I didn't actually think about making this video before, but this is it. This is it right here, the Diablo GTR. I don't think there's any other way you can get this thing. I don't think it's in the wheel spins or anything like that, and the only way to get this car right now, from what I can see, is if you own the Diablo SV. Now with the Diablo SV, which I'll show you guys right now, if I swap over to this thing, you go into the car mastery, and with your skill points, you build it all the way to the top right, and you get this. It costs 50 skill points, plus all these skill points that you buy to sort of make your way up to it, and you get the 1999 Diablo GTR. And that is one of the first cars that I'm going to be messing around with in today's video, and just to see what it's like. So that's pretty much how that works. Like I said, you just sort of get points, and you go and you unlock it, and that's how you get the Diablo GTR. Now this thing is, or it used to be very, very cool back on Horizon 4. You used to be able to drive this thing a lot. It was actually very, very good for handling. So I've seen this thing being used a little bit. I'm pretty sure this was also added into the game a little later. Like, it wasn't actually in the game at the very beginning. It's not insanely fast right now, so I don't even know why I'm trying to get this thing to drive in a straight line. I think I need to take this thing around like some sort of corners. So what I could do is I could bring it down the mountain here, or even up the mountain, but I want to bring it down just to see how this thing handles some corners here. I think this would be a good test for it. Let's try that out. I like the steering angle actually. I can't change gear. It wouldn't let me change gear for some reason. Okay, yeah, the front end is very, very light. Oh my god, it feels like a race car. It genuinely feels just like a race car. I want to turn that music off because I want to listen to this thing. Yeah, this is nice. I think with this thing with a lot more power, or being properly built to handle well, it could be sick. It could be so good to drive. So yeah, if you want to get this thing, definitely do, and you can use it for racing and all that sort of stuff. It's actually quite nice to drive. I'm letting it go a little bit too wide because my control right now is just terrible, and my driving line as well is a bit terrible, but you can see how good this thing grips. And I have no assists on except for ABS, and I am flooring this thing in corners, and it grips up really, really well. So the diff is set up all right as well for you to do some racing. I'm gonna just go on the outside of this because I don't want the thing to click. So I'm not really gonna be drifting this thing around. I just want to drive it and see what it's like grip wise. Again, driving line is terrible, but that's okay. I'm not really trying to drift it. It is actually really nice to drive. I'm not even like messing or joking or anything. that head movement absolutely kills me. But whenever I try to, like, you know, not drift and just drive normally, it's completely useless and it just puts me off. When I drift in first person, it's nice, right? It's very useful. You know, you get to see out of your side window. But like my head movement there when I'm just trying to race, I want to just look ahead. I don't want to look out my side window. It's genuinely really, really nice to drive. And this whole mountain section here is actually so good for testing cars out. At first when I was thinking about it, because I did make a video like a few days ago, saying that this is just, it's a bit too long to be like a very good drift session. Like the needle climb, for example. Whoa, okay, I sped up a lot there. Should have slowed down more. But compared to the needle climb in Horizon 4, these corners are really, really long, right? So it makes it a little bit more difficult for some of the lower power cars to be able to get around all these corners without, you know, having to transition mid-corner or, you know, manging on some of these straights. Whereas in Horizon 4, it was just so much easier for them to, you know, just hammer it around the entire, like, the entire road. I don't know why I went so fast there, but it's fine. I'm still on the road. Again. But yeah, for racing though, for actually testing out like race cars and toge cars and stuff like that, this is actually quite nice. Okay. Well, there you go. This was the Lamborghini Diablo GTR. It's a very cool car. Very, very cool. If you want to get this thing, obviously you guys have seen how to get it. Alright, let's move on. Let's move on to another car. Now, the second car I'm going to show you guys, if I go into favorites, is one that I haven't actually gotten yet. And I'm going to go with the Charger. So if I get into this Charger, let me show you guys real quick. So this is the, let me show you the exact name, the 1969 Dodge Charger RT. So this also has another car in its Car Mastery tree. This one I haven't actually unlocked it. I haven't actually played with it at all. But as you can see, you just build your way up, again up to the top right, and you get the Charger Daytona. So, obviously, the Charger Daytona is pretty similar to this car, just a tiny bit different. nothing too crazy though, just a tiny bit different. You know, they did add a bit of a wing onto it, just a little bit, and they give it a very distinctive front end. But look at it. I love these things. I've always loved these cars. I liked them back on Horizon 2, 3, 4. I used to have like actual drift builds of these and they were so good. They were so good to slide, they were actually just good to drive in general, so. It's mad. It actually leans so much. Okay, I wanna actually, I'm gonna go uphill. Why not? I'm gonna turn around and go uphill with this thing. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be very interesting. I just wanna test this thing out just to see what it's like. I may even slide it, so that's why don't really care. I'm gonna clip these. Alright, come on. Bit of handbrake action. Okay. It just feels so heavy. It feels so heavy and stupid. Completely stock. I feel like this thing is just not great for everything. I mean, again, it's a classic muscle car. I mean, technically this was like a race car back in its day, but yeah. Not now. Not that we're used to these like modern cars. Like that Diablo absolutely puts this thing to shame. Like it's not even close. It's just a completely different car. However, I can take this thing sideways a little bit. I can play around with that. Yeah, I think if I was to like just actually build this thing, it would definitely be for drifting. Definitely not for racing. As cool as it is, even with the massive wing, like I've had, like I said, drift builds on this specific car. Pretty much every Horizon game that I managed to get my hands on. So I don't think it's a surprise that I'm gonna end up building this thing for drifting eventually. It's definitely struggling uphill to take some of these corners. You can see third gear just sort of, you know, sort of dying. But it's fine though. I think with a little bit more power, this thing can actually do some decent damage. It can actually do really well going uphill. But yeah, maybe I should have done it the other way. Maybe the Diablo should have taken uphill, and then this I should have taken downhill, because it's probably a little better downhill. But again, it's noticeably boaty. Like it's still not going to be great even bringing this thing downhill if I want to slide it. But you just sort of have to use weight transfer with this thing to get it to go sideways. Tap and handbrake as well, and you're fine. So like, look at this corner. A little bit of handbrake. And there goes the back end, and you just sort of floor it the entire way up. There's no actual throttle control or anything, you just sort of floor it. Because you kind of need to. Okay. That is the Daytona done. I'm gonna stop with that, because I feel like it's just gonna take way too long. Right, let's move on to the next car. Which, on this list right now, is going to be coming out of Jeep. So Jeep, if I get into this, the Wrangler Rubicon 2012, there is a car that you're able to get from this. So, if I do the same thing, go to Car Mastery, cars at the very top. This one has a bit of a different, like, tree, but still the same, 50 points to get it. And you get the Birdie Design Wrangler Unlimited. It's really, really cool. And I definitely want to drive this thing. I don't think the needle climb, or sorry, Jesus, I can't believe I called this thing the needle climb. I don't think this this mountain pass here is gonna be the best. Is it in the Birdie Design? It is. There it is. This is cool. This is really, really cool. How sick does this look? I really like this. What's the stats on this thing actually? I want to see. 707 horsepower, 882 newton meters of torque, it weighs 2,100 kilos. I feel like this shouldn't be going around here. I think we should go the other way down the hill. So let's bring this thing over to. We'll start from here. We'll start from here and we'll start going downhill with this thing. Obviously, this is the off-road section of this mountain, this volcano. Right, go. I mean, it's not slow. It's definitely not slow. It's only got 3 gears. Very interesting. Oh, it absorbs bumps so nicely, though. Oh, it's actually so smooth to drive on this. Like, you just can't lose control of it. Again, just stuck in 3 gears, though. Bit of off-roading, it's fine. I'm doing it anyway. It grips well, too. Okay, maybe first gear was actually good for that. I did slow down a lot earlier than I probably anticipated. That I had to. But it's fine. Let's go down this hill. Even the jumps and everything. Oh my god. It's a little odd, like trying to have a 3-gear, 700 horsepower Jeep. I don't know. It's weird. It has a lot of torque though, so I mean, I can't really say anything about that. And the grip on these tires is so good. It slows down so quickly. It accelerates pretty well as well. Again, there's probably faster vehicles that completely stock, but I think this thing, once modified, it can be pretty damn good. Because there are some vehicles that I remember back on Horizon 4 that used to be sick. The Trackhawk, I think it's... No, not the Trackhawk. What's it called? Let me try and figure this out, because I do have it still. Jeep. The Trailcat. The Trailcat used to be absolutely sick for doing any sort of PR stunt on the Forza Land expansion. Especially the... What's it called? The Trailblazer events. Those things would get absolutely demolished by the Trailcat. That thing was so good for them. And that's what this reminds me of. This reminds me of that. I feel like with this guy you can also like rock crawl. I feel like that's a thing now in this game that people can actually do. They can like just go really, really slowly over like rocks and stuff like that, which is very, very cool that they added that in this game. So they like the rocks and everything, they actually have textures and stuff, so you can actually rock crawl in this game. How cool is that? How sick is that? I'm so happy that they ended up adding that in the game. I mean, I am being like blocked up by a cactus, but it's fine. Yeah, there it is. Told you guys, everybody has textures in this game, like proper textures. You just need to like actually figure out the best way to do this, and you probably have to mess around with the diff and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's you're definitely able to do it with cars like this. And I love the suspension travel and everything. It just looks so sick in this game. It's a lot more realistic than Horizon 4, I'll tell you that. Much more realistic. Yeah, this diff is just definitely terrible for this right now. For doing any sort of rock crawling. Because as soon as I start accelerating, all of my other wheels just start spinning. Anyway, enough of this Jeep. Let's move on to something else. That was actually kind of fun. Now, next up, we got something from Mazda. Now, Mazda, you need the FC RX-7 pretty much. The 1990 RX-7. And this is it right here. This is what you need. Can you guys already guess what I'm going to get? I don't think you will guess what I'm going to get. But, if I go over to the car mastery, and go to the top, it's the 1992 Hoonigan Mazda RX-7 Twerk Stallion. And this, of course, was a car that was back on Horizon 4 as well. And, is it just in Mazda? It probably just is in Mazda, isn't it? Or is it in Hoonigan? Oh, it's in Hoonigan. There it is. Right here. Again, like I said, this car was in the game, in the previous game. And it was used a lot for drifting and for messing around, so... I think we need to do it as well. I think I need to take this thing down the hill and actually slide it. I'm gonna go and do the actual section here. And I'm gonna bring it downhill. I want us to have a look at the stats though. Really quick, just before I actually continue and do anything, so... Let's just see. 600 horsepower, 800 newton meters of torque, 1.3 liter? Oh, sorry, it's a 5.3 liter, not 1.3. I read 1.3 because I read the weight as well. So 1300 kilos, but it's a 5.3 liter V8 in it. Sounds good. What's it like to drive though? Oh, come on. See what I mean by some of these corners being a bit too long? Like, I feel like the setup is fine for this thing. I just don't have enough power for me to, like, go faster for some of these corners. So I have to, like, manage or, like, my car straightens up pretty much. So exactly what happened at the very beginning there. Until I sort of get used to this car and know what sort of revs I need to be in, and what sort of gear I need to be in as well. It's definitely a bit of a challenge at the very beginning. Now I'm sort of used to it. Pretty easy. Pretty easy to slide. Again, I just feel like it needs more power to be able to clear some of these corners from like start to finish, you know? Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. But it's so easy to slide. Lots and lots and lots. I'd look behind me. I had to look behind me. There's so much smoke. It was ridiculous. There was an absolutely ton of smoke behind me, so I wanted to have a look. Oh, I want to see now. Oh my god, it just keeps going. That's so cool. That is so cool. That's one of the best features in this game, is definitely them adding the smoke. Like I said, needs more power. Definitely needs more power. I think for smaller sections, for smaller bits of road, it's definitely going to be much better. Right now, I need to just extend and go as fast as I possibly can on every single one of these corners, because I just don't think I'll make it around it, you know? So I'm trying to slide around in 5th right now, because I kind of need to. And I'm not even keeping like big angle either, because it just slows me down. Here I have to transition twice before I do anything in this corner. And now I'm going too fast. Brilliant. Okay. I'm getting so many accolades done. Jesus. Okay, okay. Nice and easy, nice and easy. There we go, there we go. About to finish this one off now. We have long to go. Again, it's an easy car to drive. It's actually very, very easy to drive. Super easy to control. It's just this whole entire, you know, mountain pass. It's just not the best for like lower power drift cars. You know, it's just not. It's not great for when you're trying to do like any sort of like. Sorry, I was just trying to concentrate a little bit here. When you're trying to do any sort of sliding around here, like I feel like all-wheel drive cars are just going to dominate if you're trying to do it for points. I mean, again, this was a big thing back on Horizon 4. I remember people were complaining and stuff like that. They wanted, like, obviously separate leaderboards from all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive and all that sort of stuff. Or at least to show, you know, on the actual world leaderboards if the car was rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. I feel like that's a really good thing because in the rivals, it shows you different ways that people have done stuff, you know? Like, in the... in different rival events, it shows you if the person's used automatic, if they used manual, what car they used, stuff like that. So I feel like it would be a really cool addition to have on this game, to show the car's drivetrain pretty much when you're, you know, when you're playing and you're doing any sort of PR stunts. But this thing obviously is sick as usual. I mean, I can't really fault it. It's a really good car. It's just, you know, I feel like they could have done better in terms of the actual mountain pass itself. And now, last but not least, you need the 911 GT2, and you will get. Let me show you. Let me show you this absolute beast that you can get from this. But yeah, you need the 911 GT2 to be able to get the final car. So now, if I go into the car mastery, at the very top, you'll end up getting the Hoonigan RWB 911. Again, this is obviously a car that was back in the previous game with the Hoonigan car pack. It was also actually added onto the game back when we had, I think, the story modes, and there was like a story that you had to complete, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you got the car. Now, obviously in this game, you have to get it through that. I don't think there is any other way to get it. 385 horsepower, 583 newton meters of torque, 1,350 kilos. I feel like this would be very, very nice to bring downhill and just to race. But mainly, this car's looks is just what you know, what sort of separates it from everything else. The wide body kit on this thing looks absolutely crazy. It just looks so good. It sounds great too. I want to bring this thing downhill. Again, probably not going to do the entire section downhill. I'm going to like sort of go about halfway down. But I want to try this thing out and see what it drives like, because I feel like this amount of power is perfect. I feel like this is 300 and something horsepower and low weight is probably perfect for this. It sounds really good from the inside too. It's very bouncy. Right, let's see. Am I right? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm definitely right. Oh, the front end is so light. It's always mad when you just go when you start driving rear-engined drive cars, like any of the 911s or the Beetles or whatever, or even mid-engine cars, and you can see how light the front end is when you're trying to turn in. You know, like you don't have like understeer, like ever. Just tap on the brakes and this thing just pulls itself at the corner, and you just sort of accelerate out, and it's just nice and easy. Oh, it's so lovely to drive. I love it. Oh, it's so smooth to drive. I really do love this thing. Already. I've barely driven it. I've driven it at maybe like 100 meters and I absolutely love it. Right, let's go around on the outside as well. Again, I don't want this thing to start clicking at me, because I'm not trying to do any sort of drifting. I think this could be actually quite nice to race with if you upgrade it. Oh my god, and the banked corners as well just make this thing even faster to go around them. Because obviously you can put your foot down a lot earlier in the corners. You don't have to, you know, sort of wait until the corner exit to be able to floor it. Ah, it's nice. It's just very nice. I was definitely right saying that this was the perfect amount of horsepower you needed for this. Yeah, horsepower in the mid-range, and then Super lightweight car. Always, always so good to drive. Hello, M2. Goodbye, M2. Yeah, I love this car. It's really nice. I don't really know which one I like more now. I don't know if I like this more or if I like the Lamborghini more. I probably like this one more. Out of all these cars, I'm pretty sure that this is probably my favorite one. I am still overdoing it on some of these corners because I'm going a bit too fast and I'm sort of getting it to oversteer. Because I'm braking a bit too late and I'm braking and turning at the same time. So obviously, that's a big no-no. But it's really nice. Well, I guess that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe because it helps out a lot. Like the video as well if you really liked it and enjoyed it. Yeah, share it and give me other suggestions for other future videos if you want down in the comments below. And follow me on the social medias as usual. Twitter, Instagram, and all that sort of stuff is in the description. Now, like I said, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.